Yeah.
You're listening to Amazing Radio. This is Amazing Afternoons. I'm delighted to say that on the show right now, we have Jimmy Watkins. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing really good, thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Now, it's good to speak to you on many levels, but the main reason to get you on is to speak about the Vega Bodegas, a band we've been playing here on Amazing Radio over the last few months, and you've got a single that came out at the end of August as well, North Norfolk Plastics, which I don't think we've played enough of yet, and we'll start to address that from now.
Yes.
But if you just wouldn't mind, tell us a little bit about the Vega Bodegas and how long you've been going with the Vega Bodegas and where you're at right now.
Okay, fantastic. The Vega Bodegas, we are school friends. We all played in a band in school when we were 14 and 15. And then kind of between then and now, we've been in other bands, just doing our own thing. And we kind of thought in 2016, 2017, let's get together and start the school band again. It was like a reunion, like a school reunion. So instead of playing cover versions, we just started writing our own songs.
Yeah, and you've glossed over the other bands you've been in there because we pushed shoulders before because you're in Future of the Left as well for a long time as well. Very successful band coming out of Cardiff. And of course, Cardiff is such a cultural hotspot. I mean, there's so much happening in Cardiff. We play so much music from Cardiff. In fact, if we play a band or an artist from Wales, they tend to be from Cardiff. Why do you think that is?
I think maybe because more people live there. They've got great places to record and rehearse there. I live in a place called Llanelli, which is more towards West Wales. So I still have to make that journey to Cardiff to get to practice, to get to record. So it's kind of the I don't know, it's the hub where things get made, but I think people all around Wales are creative. Like I'm close to Carmarthen, you've got some great bands from Carmarthen. But yeah, the tendency is to go to Cardiff to make your music and play the gigs.
Yeah, so is it kind of like, once the bands are formed and wherever you are in Wales and the valleys or whatever, Cardiff is always in the mindset that if we can get a gig in Cardiff, that'll be brilliant kind of thing. Is that what it's like?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's you play in your local pub below a dartboard. I go as well. And then you think, let's play Cardiff next. So Cardiff is kind of, I don't know if you're English, guess the London.
I guess so. Yeah. And what's it like at the moment in terms of venues and things like that? Did you lose many good ones during the pandemic, or is it still quite good? Have you still got like Club I for Back and stuff like that? Is that still there?
That's still going. We played there a couple of weeks ago. That's still going. Womanby Street is doing well. You've got a place called Fuel, which is like a heavy rock club, opposite club. Yeah. You've got a place called The Moon, which is still going. So you've got 3 venues on one street, which are going strong. But sadly, we lost a venue called Goody Hoo, which is Welsh for owl.
we played there. It was a tiny little place, really small and skinny. Yeah, we played there. It was a really good gig. We had a really good time there.
That whole street has been demolished now.
Really?
So I think it was called Wyndham Crescent. I'm thinking I'm getting the name wrong.
It was quite an arty little area though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's all gone. That's all gone now. So I think it's for student accommodation or something. So that's a shame.
Yeah. What about Dempsey's? Is that still there?
That's gone.
Oh no.
Gareth Bale owns that now, and it's like a sports bar.
Oh, what's he done that for?
I don't know. I like to think when he was on the bench for Madrid, he was cooking the burgers for the sports bar in Cardiff. That's a little side hustle.
Oh man. Okay then. So we've sorted Cardiff out then.
We've sorted.
That's sorted. Gareth Bale's tried his best to put the mockers on that one. But in terms of the Vega Bodegas, so the other guys live in Cardiff, then you go there to rehearse, and that's kind of like your base, is it?
It is, yeah. That's where we are allowed to be noisy.
Yeah, and what about the single, and where did you record it? Who with and where?
So we did the single North Norfolk Plastics and the one before it, All My Fish Are Dead. We did it with Todd Campbell. He plays in a band called Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons.
Okay.
So I did a running review of his album, and I really liked just the rock sound. It was quite different to what we've worked with before. We've never really gone for that full-on like chunky rock sound, and I kind of became friends with him online and just asked him if he'd be up for trying to make us sound like a rock band.
And he said yes, so that's good.
He said yes, yeah.
You've touched upon it now. You said you were doing a running review. Now I know what that is because I follow yourself and I follow Running Punks and all that kind of thing. But what to the listeners who may not know, explain what these running reviews are, because is it you're running through a forest with a GoPro or something like that, and you're listening to an album and you're describing it, aren't you?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So I listened to an album for the first time on a run, and I run kind of as hard as the music makes me run, and then I try and describe what's going on in my head.
Do you know what
While
I always think, Jimmy, when I see them? I'm not. I wouldn't describe myself as a totally self-conscious person, but like even when I decide what I'm putting on before I go for a run, I think if someone passed me and saw me in these compression socks, would they think I'm stupid? But you're doing this, and you've got a GoPro, and he's shouting out some like really descriptive stuff. Do you ever pass anyone? Because you seem to go in quite rural places, but do you ever pass like the odd like rambler or something like that? And you're kind of looking at you.
I pass a lot of people. Yeah, I pass a lot of people. I think because I live in quite a small town, most people know who I am now, and they kind of give the thumbs up and a wave and they laugh. But now and again, I'll surprise someone and they look a little bit terrified. So I feel bad. I feel bad about it. But I've had people see me do it, and then I think they must have like, what's that guy doing? And then they found it online, and then the next time I see them, they'll stop me and they'll just say, look, I've saw the video you did, and I think it's great. Keep on going. Everyone's just like, just keep on going. What you're doing is crazy. Just don't stop.
And do people contact you and say, will you please running review my album then?
Yeah. So it started off, I was listening to albums I should have listened to, but never had a chance to. So I was doing like the classics, like a Spice Girls album or something. And then it just got to the point where people were asking me, look, I'd love for you to run to my album. So yeah, I got a lot of demand, and I feel bad there's some I can't do, but I can only do it like 2 or 3 times a week because every running review is like race day.
Yeah,
I'll have to retire early if I keep on doing it, because they're so intense. And I keep saying to myself, don't go crazy today. Like, just take it easy today. Don't go too overboard. And then as soon as the first or second song is done, I'm sprinting.
Well, you've got a history of running as well, though, because you've got so many different aspects to your life. Jimmy, you were a professional runner as well, weren't you? Team GB and all that.
Yeah,
tell us a bit about that.
I was always sporty as a kid, and I tried the team sports. I didn't really like the team sports. I just wanted to be myself. So I ended up finding athletics, ran for Wales. Then within a couple of years, I was running for Great Britain. Went to the European Champs and the World Championships. Came 6th at the World Championships indoors in Moscow. Had the Welsh 800 meter record. I think I was the first Brit in 35 years to make a middle distance world final. So yeah, I had a lot of expectations on me, but I just wanted to play guitar in a sweaty venue. That's what I wanted to
do. Yeah. So did the worlds ever collide then? Were you ever kind of having to, go out, get up early and go for a run before on tour or anything like that?
No, I'd stopped running before then. I stopped running when I was 25. And then I kind of started gigging properly, maybe when I was like 27, 28. So there was a good couple of years where I'd stopped running and I was just kind of, I don't know, I guess I just lost my way a little bit because I'd had such a disciplined upbringing from 16 to 24, because it was always, this is going to help you be a world-class athlete. And then that all stopped. So I went off the rails a little bit, but it helped me find my creative voice, I think. So it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great form of expression, isn't it? Being in a band and being able to channel that energy in a different, more artistic way, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. And I think looking back on it, I've always been looking for like the ultimate form of expression, the ultimate form of freedom. And that explains why I went from rugby to running, because I could be on my own. I could do whatever I want with my hair. I don't have to rely on teammates. And then obvious conclusion, then run into being in a band.
No, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But that is kind of the essence of running punks as well, which is another facet to your life, isn't it?
Yeah, running punks, I guess, is where the music and running finally came together in a nice, healthy way. Yeah, nice, organic way.
Yeah, well, that's good though, isn't it? When you find the kind of an organic, unique thing, and you've completely managed to collide them both, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's helped me fall in love with my two passions again. It's helped me fall in love with running again, and it's helped me fall in love with music again. And running punks has really helped the Vega Bodegas. It's kind of, I think before running punk started, we done an album, and we found it a bit hard going, and maybe we weren't working as hard as we should as a band. And then when we saw running punks taking off, and I saw my own fitness and mental health improving through running, kind of realized that, you know what, hard work is worth it. And it really rubbed off on the band, and we started working a lot harder than we have before. And I think the new music we're putting out, you can kind of hear that. I can definitely hear it. It doesn't sound like jams and I'm just shouting the first thing that comes into my head. Well, it does kind of sound like that, but there's more thought into it now, and we've learned to work hard, which is amazing for a bunch of school friends who are nearly 40 to suddenly fall in love with music all over again and be willing to put the effort and time in.
And that's good. And what's next then? Have you got plans to record another record or go out and do some gigs now that the pandemic looks like it's, well, not over, but people are just getting on with it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's we're going in the studio this weekend to do a few more songs with Todd again, and we got some crazy exciting songs to record. I'm looking forward to that. We've been getting a lot of support over in America with the band, so we've had some offers recently to go to, I know it's not America, but we've been asked to go to Canada to do some shows.
That'd be so cool. That'd be so good, man.
Yeah, it's and I think we'll have a few gigs in Wales and England hopefully, but at the moment it's just we're gonna get an EP done. We've got a few people interested in helping us put an EP out, so we get an EP done this year and then an album next year.
Have you done any gigs since the end of the pandemic yet?
We've just done the one. We did one in Cardiff. We did one in club, upstairs in club. I don't know why I say upstairs in club. That's like a thing. If you're from Cardiff, you know the difference between upstairs and downstairs.
And if you ever done a gig there as well, you know the downstairs was kind of like a I don't know, like a dance night was on or something like that. When we were playing our indie gig upstairs, it was a completely different crowd, completely. Yeah,
totally. Yeah. So yeah, if you're Welsh, you always say upstairs in club. Like it's a big one. Yeah. But that's all we've done. That's all we've done. Our guitarist is having an operation on his arm because I think he was doing some pull-ups, showing off doing pull-ups. So that's kind of stopped a few gigs for us in October.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens if you're getting a little bit older, trying to do the pull-ups. At least it didn't happen during a load-in or something like that, you know what I mean? Because that load-in at Club Ifer back, that's pretty gnarly, isn't it?
That's tough. Backstairs, that's a tough load-in, yeah. I remember a gig we played together, actually. We played just before your Why Not Festival.
Yeah, I remember Why Not Festival. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's still going. It's still a good festival, that. Yeah,
really good. Yeah, I loved that. It was a great festival. I remember. I think we played a couple of bands just before you, and then I saw you play, and it was amazing.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, it's it's something on which I wish I was doing more of. You know what I mean? Playing gigs again because I mean, I'm lucky that I've been able to fall into something similar. And it's another passion of mine. Before the band took off, I did radio at university and stuff like that. That's where I wanted to be. So it's kind of gone full circle, if you like. You know what I mean? So
amazing, yeah, amazing.
It's funny, isn't it, how it all ends up? But yeah, I mean, I get to keep in touch and talk to people like you on a daily basis on the radio, which is good, and get to play good music as well. I actually got a friend who's over in Austria at the moment. Who I told him about the Vega Bodegas, and he's a fan of Future of the Left as well. And I said I was speaking to you, and he was like, "Oh, that's brilliant! All my friends love you." And so you might have a gig in Austria coming through soon.
Yes, let's do it. Austria and Canada. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, definitely.
Jimmy, thanks so much for taking the time to do the interview for us here on Amazing Afternoons. We're going to play the new single now, but thanks so much, and hopefully we'll speak to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you for the support as well. Honestly, it means the world to us, and yeah, you've been playing us a lot, and that makes us so happy. It really does.